All right. Welcome back to Science with a Guy in a Lab Coat. I know it's been a long time since I updated, and there's been a few changes. For one, I've got a beard now, and for another, I've got a new coat. You probably can't see that it's very different. And I've got a new space, and there we have it. I'd like to get back into recording things. This week, my class is talking about the gas laws. That is to say, the laws that govern the behavior of gases. The first of these laws is called Boyle's Law. Now let me just show you what Boyle's Law is all about. Let's see. There it is. Boyle's Law is that PV equals PV. P1 V1 equals P2 V2. So what does that mean? Well, the P, when we're talking about gases, P stands for pressure, and the V stands for volume. The volume being how big it is, how much space it takes up, not how loud it is. And you can see below, I've got this other equation that is also Boyle's Law. PV equals K. And the K means that it is constant. So if it's constant, then that means if one of them changes, either the pressure changes or the volume changes, then just like in this first equation, their product will remain the same no matter what. Okay? So think about what that means for a few minutes. The product of the pressure and the volume is always the same. So let's say we've got 2 times 2. That's pressure 1 and volume 1. And in whatever units we're using, it's going to be 2 times 2, and that equals 4. Right? Okay. And now, let's say one of them, let's say the pressure decreases. So we're going to decrease the pressure. It's going to go from 2 to 1. We're going to cut the pressure in half. So in order to maintain a product of 4, in order for the product to stay the same, the volume will have to double. So the volume will go from 2 to 4. And this relationship is called an inverse relationship. It is true no matter how big the pressure gets, no matter how big the volume gets. If you double one, then the other one will get cut in half. If you cut one in half, then the other one will double. So that's pretty cool. And their product will always stay the same. So if you know what the pressure is now and you know what the volume is now, then you can predict what the volume will be at a future pressure. And that is exactly what I want you to do right now. Are you ready for this? Okay. So on this side, I have a few values. I'd like you to write them down and see if you can try to figure this out. P1 and P2 are 14.7 and 38.2. We're going to use PSI. 14.7, by the way, that is the amount of pressure that you feel at sea level just from the atmosphere, because there's a very heavy amount of atmosphere just sitting on top of you at all times, and it's putting this much pressure on you. We're going to increase the pressure from 14.7 to 38.2. And you notice this is almost 15. This is more than 30. So we're more than doubling the pressure. So our volume, whatever happens to it, it should more than get cut in half. Now let's look at that volume. Volume 1 is 4.51 liters. Okay? Volume 2, that's what I want you to figure out. So we're going to start with 4.51 liters. We know that this volume is going to get cut in half. It's going to do even more than get cut in half, okay? So 4.51 liters, we're going to do more than cut it in half. How much more? We'll have to do a little bit of math to figure that out. All right, now let me set up that problem for you, and then you can use your algebra skills or your arithmetic skills to figure it out, okay? The first thing we're going to do is we are going to fill in all of those values. So P1 is 14.7 psi, and we're going to multiply that with V1, which is 4.51 liters. All right? So right now, it should look like that. Right here. We got 14.7 psi, 4.51 liters. And the other side of that equation is going to be P1, or P2, and V2. So that's going to be 38.2 psi times X liters. All right. So here we have it. 38.2 psi X liters equals 14.7 psi times 4.51 liters. What I want you to do now is figure out what that is. And in my next video, I'm going to reveal the solution. So if you were paying attention, if you figured it out, and if you have some halfway decent algebra skills, you should be able to figure that out before I publish my next video. And if you are watching this after my videos have been published, then please actually do the calculation before you click my next video. This has been one episode of Science with a Guy in a Lab Coat, and please subscribe to my channel for more science videos. Keep watching. If you have any comments about science or about Boyle's Law or about the gas laws, go ahead and comment them below. And if this helped you understand something or get a better grade on any test, please let me know. I love hearing that. I will only respond to questions that are in English or Spanish or maybe French, but probably not, because I don't understand French that well. There we have it. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope you have a good week.